Hello. Hello.
Hi, Oscar.
Hey, Michael. How are you?
I don't have camera at the moment
Oh,
right here where I am, but yeah, hi.
That's okay. How you doing?
Absolutely awesome.
Great.
Just coming off a webinar.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
The was it PM chat or something or?
It was a webinar about a thing called Bundle Post. Have you heard of that?
No. What is that?
It's a pretty amazing tool that you can you get about 5 screens in Bundle Post and 5 different areas of it, and basically you can schedule up to 4 days ahead, so you can get RSS feed, and also you can get feed of hashtags that you're interested in,
Okay.
and it finds the most popular tweets with that hashtag that you're interested in, and it finds the most popular like you can nominate subjects and everything in it, and you can nominate a whole lot of different RSS feeds, and enables you to like bundle up all these interesting things that you've seen, and then you can schedule them basically, and you can curate them, and all these basically tweets and posts to Facebook. You can bundle them up for the next 4 days, and then you add them into Hootsuite.
Okay.
And drip them out through there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So it kind of creates like a little landing area for a group of stuff, or is it just individual ones that you kind of put together and then?
Yeah, it's a scheduling tool, really.
Okay.
It's a gathering of stuff that you might want to send out, and then schedule it over and you can do it up to like next 4 days. You can do it up to.
Okay.
So
I'll check it out.
kind of combines well with Hootsuite, but there's a bit more to it than that. It's a bit long to go into. It was like a 1-hour webinar.
Sure.
It's been going since about March. This tool.
All right. Yeah, I'll check it out. I made a note of
Quite.
it. So
I quite like it. I don't know if it's the perfect thing, but
sure. So yeah, thanks for reaching out and making yourself available. I wanted to talk to you, and first I wanted to apologize because a few of my friends that we both have in common made comments to me saying that I was being a little abrasive towards you. So I wanted to apologize for that.
Why?
Well, I come across very strong about certain perspectives on social media, and I wanted to, just...
That's good, man. That's good. Opinion's good.
Yes.
Everyone's into like saying the same thing and not having an opinion.
Yes. So
don't you agree?
I'm sorry?
I'm a bit opinionated.
Yes. Well, I think we all are, but we tend to some people don't voice that out, and I think I'd like to ask questions, and sometimes they come across as being combative or something like that. But I wanted to, make sure that's not how I'm coming across.
I think that's good, man.
Good. I'm glad. And second, I wanted to interview you. Maybe not today because I'm short for time, but I wanted to ask you about, just stuff to share with other people on how you work in social media and all the stuff that you do. I mean, you come across a lot of good stuff. I've used some new tools because you recommended them, and a lot of people in my circles follow you and stuff. It would be great to get to know the real you. Not like we don't, but get people to see you on a camera and listen and talk a little bit. And I'll share that with my network. And just talk about life and stuff. Like right now, are you in Australia or are you in Japan or?
No, I left Japan after the earthquake in March.
Okay.
And I got a bit freaked by it, really, and everyone was just so negative and down on. And I'd done like 4 straight years there.
Okay.
And I was living in a tiny box, and I hadn't been to the beach for about 4 years, and I love the beach, so. I came out here to Australia. I got the chance to do like a 6-week house sit at this beautiful house that this Facebook friend of mine was going away, and she said, "I like come and live in my house for 6 weeks by the beach. Well, it's got a pool and everything. So how bad can that be?" And since then, I met a few of her friends, and I already had quite a few Facebook friends out here in on the Gold Coast and in Queensland in Australia. It's kind of like California, part of Australia, and just I've done house sitting now for well, it's 10 months now, right?
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's great.
I haven't paid rent for 10 months, and I've been living in nice houses. I got this one I'm doing at the moment. That's really sweet. It's not right by the beach or anything, but it's kind of out in the countryside a little bit. But
Is
it's
that
got hens and dogs and cats here, and I'm helping look after it. It's got a nice garden, and
nice? Yeah. What's your,
I'm loving it. And so yeah, I don't know. I'm coming to California in March and April.
oh yeah. Okay.
Um, and you're in Irvine, right?
Yes. What do you,
And
yeah.
so
Where
we're doing this conference called ReverbCon. You might be interested to come by this. We're going to have about 10 social media people are all going to do 2 or 3 presentations over a 3-day period.
Okay.
And also we're going to do some wine tasting.
Oh, awesome. So where are you guys hosting that? Or
It's
where?
up in the Napa Valley. The closest airport is Santa Monica,
Uh-huh.
and it's a place called Hopland in the Napa Valley.
Is that where you're going to do the conference too, or is that?
Yeah, yeah. It's April the 10th to the 12th. You might want to put it in your diary.
Yeah. April 10 to 12.
It's gonna be super cheap for people to come.
Well, I can actually drive up there, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, like we'd putting a package together. I think it's actually going to come out if you buy an early bird ticket. It's going to come out under $500 for accommodation and food and wine and all the things. So
I see. Yeah, that's pretty affordable.
So yeah, but we're gonna make it a big online event as well.
Okay.
So we're gonna have 500 people there for the for the real life thing. It's a 3-day thing, and you can stay 2 or 3 nights. And we got great great package deals with the people that like the hotels and restaurants around there. You see, so
Sure.
we can feed
great.
and accommodate people quite cheaply just because of like the 500 people thing. So
Are you going to be presenting?
yeah,
What are
yeah.
you going to cover? What do you know?
Twitter
Okay.
and a little bit of Empire Avenue
Okay.
is my thing.
Yeah.
So at the conference, but we got some pretty powerful people coming. It's going to be really, really cool. So I'm coming for that, and I got a business that sort of came across me about 2 months, and that's why I was actually planning to go to California to live. But this business came actually out of California, but they are just opening in Australia, and they wanted me to be I don't know, not really manage it, but lead it really, do presentations and build a team here in Australia with this business.
Sure.
And so this came to me about 3 months ago. So I'm going to stay around here for a year or so, because just to kick this business off, and hopefully that will look after me for the rest of my life if I can get this
that's awesome.
get this thing going here properly. And I got a good friend here. We just started Australia's first ever social media marketing agency.
Really? First ever?
Yeah.
Huh? Wow.
Oh, we believe we might be the first ever social media marketing agency outside America.
Wow. Really? I thought that wow, actually I can't name anybody. You're right. I've heard
You can't, because there's PR agencies and marketing agencies and there's individual people, but no one's actually collaborated and joined as a team to actually make a specialist social media marketing agency outside the United States. We can't even find one in Canada yet.
Wow. No, nothing in the UK or anything?
Not yet.
Wow.
The individuals,
Sure.
and they're not specialists. And so we're actually moving into an office and everything on Monday, and there's going to be about 6 of us working together. So
Wow, that's very exciting.
yeah,
Anyone else?
So,
Anyone else I might know?
No, I don't think so. Not
Okay,
yet. I'm slowly dragging them screaming and kicking into Empire Avenue. They're starting to
sure,
get a bit of beef going about that, but
sure. That's great. Empire Avenue is, it's an interesting place. I've been on it for a while, and I see people like you came on this year, right? Earlier summer, or
April 24.
okay, so
Yeah.
April, and you just rocked it. I mean, it was crazy how you just shot up, and now you do the EAV chat and stuff. I love
Yeah,
Empire Avenue. I don't know. I mean,
I
some people,
just really love it.
yeah, some people really hate it. I don't think there's an in between. It seems like people either love it or hate it.
What's your ticker on there?
So I'm sorry.
What's your ticker on the Empire
Oh,
Avenue?
it's OG, just the letter OG. Yeah.
Am I maxed in you?
Yeah, I think you have 600 on me. Yeah.
I'll buy you some other. So I got some other accounts, you see. So
Oh, right.
I'll
Yeah,
get.
that's right. You do the Dolphins one, right? I think.
Yeah, and I got an EAV chat account, and our social media marketing agency is called Yabba, so I got an account for that too.
That's right.
I'm
Cool.
just I had that going for a while, but I didn't really know where I was going with it, and there's just to meet these like these two other people. Basically, I'm doing it with two other people here, and we're going to have three interns working for us over there. Like it's summer here now; it's the opposite of you. So that
Sure.
we've got some university graduates who've just graduated at the end of the year, marketing graduates who want to learn about social media for us. From us for a couple of months, and they're going to intern for us to help kick this thing off. Well, we're gonna. I got so many strategies and plans and different tools and network that I know, but it's just a constant battle for me, really, to basically keep on my own social media going every day
Sure.
to
You.
keep this kind of level, like to
Yes.
keep the Empire Avenue score up and to keep in contact with everyone.
Yes.
My own promoting myself as a full time job.
I know.
Well, I can't have customers, but I've never had customers. You see, I've never made any money out of this for like 3 years.
Oh, okay. So you really. So this is even
Well,
though.
when I say never made any money, I made a little bit, but I got a little bit of money dripping in from a few different organizations that I do Twitter for mainly.
Sure.
Like
But
$500 a month stuff. Like I got about five of them, so I just tweet for them.
sure.
But some serious money, and I think yeah. So now I got some people working with me. Whoa, sky's the limit, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really really great. And it's that's actually one of the things I'm gonna ask you when we do the interviews. How do you do it? I mean, I think you shared in the past few weeks that.
Good timing, dude. I'm halfway through a blog post about workflow tips and tools.
Yeah, you mentioned that you keep track very meticulously of your time spent, right?
Yeah.
And that would be very, very useful for a lot of us to hear and stuff because,
Well, probably getting less and less meticulous, but
sure,
you know,
but
yeah.
it's amazing. I mean, I see you everywhere. I don't think I belong to one single network where you don't have a presence, and that's pretty amazing because
That's good to hear. But
yeah.
that's good to hear.
But I know it's tough to keep them all up.
Wow,
And
you
then,
got 700 in me.
yes.
You got that upgrade thing.
Oh yeah, I bought that a little while ago.
I never did that thing.
Yeah, I bought and I think I did like maybe 30 or 40 people with that, and I've been kind of hesitant to do it again because I think it's
Was it still available? Is it?
I'm not sure. I'm looking right now. Shop upgrades.
The insane thing about it, though, dude, is that it penalizes you. The higher your score is, the more you have to pay.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, seriously! Like, if I used that upgrade and bought you, I'd be paying like 3 times as much.
Oh wow. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't see it there. I don't see it as a shop upgrade. I wonder.
No, I think they're taking it away.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering. Do you know anything about them going to bigger P's later, like a number 7?
Well, in their coding, they've got up to 800.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Someone went in and had a look at their code or something like that,
Very
and
slick.
saw that they got the possibility of raising it to 800.
I
So.
see. Very, very slick little reconnaissance going on there. That's cool.
But I imagine they'll do that sometime.
Sure.
Maybe not for a while, because it's reasonably hard for they don't want to make it too hard for newbies to kind of get up there and get a profile in the place.
Right. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that would definitely. If yeah, I've seen some people not play anymore because they see it as such a big leap to go from 200 to 400 and 500. And they just give up before they even try because there's so much. And I guess raising it to 700 or 800 might scare more people away. But
Well, yeah, if they raised it to 700, people like me who got, or even you got quite a lot of money in here. You got 22 million, right? So you're getting like what, 250,000 or something to spend every day? Yeah.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I get like 240 or so. Yeah,
Yeah, like I'm getting 700,000.
that's crazy.
750 maybe.
Yeah,
I got 63 million, net wealth, right? So I get, and I'm pretty careful about my investing, so I got some good investing
sure. Hello?
ROI over, I think I'm max to 600, and anyone who's got ROI over 0.8,
Sure.
So I got 730,000 or something to spend today, something crazy like
Yeah.
that. So it's actually hard to get rid of it every day.
Yeah,
if these missions hadn't come along, I'd be stacked with money. I don't know where to spend it.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how do you spend it? So it sounds like you spend it every day, right? I mean, if you only have...
I spend it every day, and I use the EmpireAvenueTips.com.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, I mean, even with what I'm getting, which is a third of what you're getting, I find it hard to spend it every day. And there's times where, I end up accumulating $1 million or a couple million just because I can't spend it. But
I got 1.4 million sitting in here right now, and I'm looking at it now.
And what's the site that you said you use? Empire Avenue Tips?
EmpireAvenueTips.com.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It allows you to buy 20 people at a time.
Oh, okay.
That you can select, by how much they've gained or what their ROI is or what their price is. You can put in a whole lot of different metrics, whether you own them or not, or this kind of stuff.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to check it out. I think
I'm just trying to decide whether or not to actually increase my portfolio numbers. I've deliberately kept it down because I want to, like maybe make a better relationship with people and do some more buying back rather than I go a bit wider. Like, there's a lot of people that own 600 of me and I only own 100. So I thought, I better, practice what I preach and be a proper networker and buy these people back,
Sure.
Because I got so much money in the game now, and I got my price rising, pretty much 1 point every day. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that. I've averaged almost. I looked at the game and I thought, I can average like 0.7 or 0.8 increase of a point every day when I started the game, and that would get me to 225 by the end of the year, and I'm in at 228. So I've done what I expected to do.
Sure.
I tried to do in the game.
And you did it, I mean, obviously it sounds like you did it very mathematically. I mean, you had it planned out, and obviously you got past...
Yeah, and I thought an hour a day, like for the game, I allocated an hour a day for it.
Okay.
So I managed... I think if people allocate that time, and whether it's 20 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day or 2 hours a day, whatever they want to do, and just stick to that, I think that's the best policy for people.
I see. And would you recommend that same approach to any other network? Like, just set your time and...
Yeah. I think so. Like, but particularly Empire Avenue is the thing that's kept me going is that very few people have sold me.
Sure.
Even though my dividend is not that strong, like I haven't got sold that much because I always buy every day, and those buybacks sort of keep my price going up.
Sure. And do you ever go and clean up your portfolio and like your sliders?
Yeah. I do that about every 2 weeks. I have a 2-hour session on a Saturday morning. I booked it off in my calendar. Yeah,
and
I've got to do that this Saturday, and I'll go and clean up a whole lot. Yeah,
I see. And of course, you do it. I mean, you sell people that are on a constant down slope, not somebody that just took a dip, right?
The only people I'm selling now in my policy is that I buy the top 20 people every day, the new people.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
The 20 best new people every day I buy 200 in each of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I schedule to look at them after 7 days and see how they're going.
Okay.
And I decide whether or not I'll max them to 600 or I'll sell them.
Sure.
And that's basically all I'm doing now.
Oh, I see. But on those,
And in this Empire Avenue Tips, another option is to do matching, and you can go into Empire Avenue Tips, and you can see the best gainers in the last 24 hours that own more in you than you own in them, and you can do buying hits on them.
oh, I see. And that's all
So it's a
done
beautiful
through.
thing, right?
Yeah.
That's just a beautiful thing, and so I'm doing that with all my Eves that I got now. Like that's what I'll spend this 1.4 million on. Once I like buying these 20 people that are the best for the day, and that's about the only buying I'm doing now. Like that's got me covered, you know. Like that's my buying every day is just to match everyone who spend as much in many Eves as I have, matching up to the people that are playing the game and doing well that own more in me than they own them, and than I own in them. Plus, I buy the 20 best people of the day, like the people in the last 24 hours who have risen the most.
Okay.
And they're usually newbies.
Very cool. And
so I think my policy gets every newbie now I'm catching in my net. I got them covered. So if someone's going to go, say, from, they start at 10 and they go to 30 and they go to 50 and they go to 60, they're going up 10 a day. And then, wow, you see these people, wow, that person's gone to 110 in 6 days. I missed them.
Right.
I'm not missing them anymore.
Oh,
I'm getting everyone. So
based on the Empire Avenue Tips.
Yeah. Because in the Empire Avenue Tips, you can just go in there and you just push 0.3 for an ROI, just kind of like minimum, and then you just don't put any price, and then you just get the 20. You just get the 20 top people of the day.
I see.
All right.
Sure.
So they'll give you the 20 biggest risers in the last 24 hours, and you just push a button and they're bought. Like, it takes about 30 seconds. So you don't need to go searching for them anywhere or anything. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And how do you get? I mean, I'm on the site. How do you get a username and a password?
You just apply. You just put your email.
Request
in there. They send you an email and you send back to it.
Got it. Okay, I'll get that. And
It's a very cool site.
Yeah. Who runs that?
So Paul Huston is guy. Podcasting 101. His name is.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I have some stuff in him too. Very cool.
Go and buy you out of my other accounts. I'll just log out of this one.
Right on. Thanks.
So how come your dividend's so low?
You know what? I'm not sure. I don't put as much effort into that as I probably should, and to be honest.
But your blog score is 12 and mine's only 9, and I'm getting quite good juice out of my blog, I think, because I notice if I don't do a major blog post in a day, my dividend will drop for that day. So I think like quite a long bit of writing in a blog post gives you quite good juice out of the blog.
Okay, yeah.
My blog score's only 9 and yours is 12, so you should be getting, presumably you should be you're getting something pretty good out of that.
I thought that they downplayed the blogs as of lately a lot. No.
Instagram's what everyone's scoring really well on, and I don't even have that because I don't have an iPhone.
Right.
And all these top people are like, they're rocking Instagram. They got like 60 or 70 scores on Instagram and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't. And I'm not getting anything out of it. Or Foursquare, right? Like, so.
Yeah, Foursquare I use sparingly, and Instagram I don't have an iPhone either, so I'm also low in there. The only way I can post to Instagram is through my iPad, which is a pain because
I don't have an iPad yet, so.
Yeah, I don't even post much there. And to my blogs, I've neglected them in the past couple of months because, I've just had some clients to work on and stuff. But I definitely should post more. But I really spend most of my time on Twitter, Facebook, and lately YouTube. I've been doing a lot of YouTube, but...
YouTube should give you good juice. Should give you about like 20 points a day for uploading a video.
Oh, okay. Because I was at 1.
Hi, my name is Oscar Gonzalez.
Or 0.
And welcome to my channel.
Until
Thank you for visiting.
maybe a month ago, and I just raised it like 20
The videos
points.
that you'll find here are
you're rising in the last few days.
Personal experiences I do.
Just buying you out of the Yabba account.
Very cool, thank you.
Chats I have with people.
I just don't know exactly how to raise my dividends a whole lot. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong or what else I need to do besides new content.
Something like
and I haven't
spent browse around.
time
I have
to really
things
research
organized
it, so
on lists.
that's why they're probably low.
And there's also videos right below here you can watch.
You should be getting a little bit
please
better than
don't
that.
forget to subscribe to my channel and like.
Does it matter
watch if you like
a lot
it,
if you own
if you have any
a
questions,
lot of
send me a message
shares on
YouTube
sliders
or
on
Facebook
people that are
or
going
Twitter.
down? Does that affect your dividends?
Twitter is @NotAGrouch.
No.
Facebook
Okay.
is
I didn't think
At,
so. But someone
not a grouch.
It's more on your
Thanks for visiting
performance.
again, and
oh,
I'll
okay.
talk to you
That's
later.
what I thought.
Bye.
What's his name?
It's got a tiny bit to do with that.
Because Chris Voss, I think he made a video recently
Yeah,
saying
it's got a little bit to do with that.
Okay.
It's part of the algorithm, but I don't think it's a huge part.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I go in between 70 and 90 at any given time. I'd like to get up to past 1.
Yeah, I used to be around 180, and then I'm down 146 now. That's not good.
I see. Yeah, no,
But
you're
I'm running all these different accounts, so you know.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I'm trying to help one person run their Empire Avenue, and that and my own alone are already overwhelming. I don't know how you do 3 or 4, and then all the other stuff.
Seriously, like, yeah.
So,
but like, I talked to a woman yesterday about this conference. The woman Di Davis, who's running this conference, and I talked to her for about an hour and a half, like doing some planning on where to starting to promote it now. Now we've got everything in place, and we're going to start running some promotions through Empire Avenue and everything. And I managed to send out over 200 tweets while I was talking to her for an hour and a half.
wow. And how?
Yeah.
That's just with a combination of scheduling and drip and stuff?
That's just watching stuff coming through my Hootsuite feeds and basically retweeting it. I got about 25 different Twitter accounts that I run.
No kidding. Wow.
So in an hour and a half, I sent out over 100 tweets, like from different accounts, and
Sure,
yeah,
combined. Wow, that is...
they were nearly all retweets or retweets of retweets, and hooking people up and sending stuff out of 25 different accounts. So each of those 25 accounts basically had 4 or 5 tweets coming out of them in that hour and a half. So
that's amazing.
It's just, yeah, I'm just doing stuff like that, I guess. So. And plus the Scoop It, the Scoop It. You use Scoop It a bit, yeah?
I signed up for it. I haven't used it much. I just I actually heard you talking about it recently, so I'm checking it out.
That's a great thing for spreading stuff around.
Now, would you use Scoop It over Twila, or is Twila separate or different? Because I like Twila, but
Yeah, I don't use that.
You don't use Twila anymore? You were pushing it quite a bit before. So,
Twila?
Yeah, Twila, right? Or am I saying it wrong?
Twila.
Twila, is that Kim?
Twyla.
Oh, Twyla. Okay, sorry. Yes, Twyla.
Oh, it could be Twyla. It's a different thing. That just does it automatically, really, for you.
I see. So you don't use...
You just send people to your Twyla page a little bit.
Okay, Twyla.
Scoop It's a whole different thing. Scoop It's a kind of a curation community, and it's a little bit like this bundle post that I was explaining to you before, but it's got a few different features.
I see. You don't use the power tweet on Twyla then, right?
Actually, that's a good point. I need to get into that.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. I've neglected that a bit. So that's probably a thing for me to be doing.
I see. So if you had
for that, I've been forgetting about that. So much. Right?
Yeah, it's hard to keep up. I mean, there's so many great tools out there, and some of them are really awesome. But then another one comes, and another one comes, and then how do you keep track of that? That's a tough spot just to be in.
Yeah, like this tools chat thing that we do that we're doing that later today is just what people are saying is the best. I just look at what everyone's saying is the best, and I just sort of go and check that out.
Sure. Right? What would you say?
We've got about 50 to 100 people that come by that thing, and we've got a Facebook group for that now too, so people are constantly saying what they really, really like, and other people commenting, I don't like that because of that, or I really like that, or so yeah. And this Scoop It it's got good power,
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I have it actually on my list, and
Anise Smith, she gets like 5 times done as much as me.
She what?
Anise Smith gets about 5 times done as much as me.
Really?
5 times as much.
Wow. I know she's a powerhouse too, but wow.
She's insane.
That's crazy. So would you say that is MQTodd?
You got to know that she's just off the charts.
Yeah, I mean I see her everywhere too, but maybe we don't cross.
She just works by herself, and she's got a full-time business, doing people's QR code marketing and everything for them as well.
Interesting.
And she's a solo mother of an 11-year-old. She's off the charts.
That's crazy. So would you say?
I don't think she sleeps, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't think she sleeps. Serious. She's writing 2 blog posts every day right now.
Wow, I think about that. I think that about you sometimes. I'm like, there's no way that this
She
guy's
puts
going
out
to bed.
she puts out like about 25 Tumblr posts a day about food and QR and marketing and social media, and she talks to people on Facebook all day. I think she's got 4 hands. I think she's seriously.
Sure.
I'd love to spend a couple of days with her and see exactly how she does
just
things.
kind of
We talk on Skype a little bit and everything like that, and she's given me some screen shares and things about how she does things. She is amazing.
Very, very cool. And would you say
and she's big on this scoop it, yeah?
Okay. I was going to ask you you have all those Twitter accounts that you work on. Some of them are for other people, like you said, right? But would you say that
a lot of them are for like charities that don't even pay me,
right?
And some of them are for charities that do. I only work for charities right now. I don't work for any businesses.
Oh, okay. And those are a lot of them are.
Now I got the social media agency, marketing agency. We're going to have like an office, and we're going to have a website, and and everything. We're going to make it look really nice and official. We'll start reaching out to some, particularly Australian businesses, like maybe some big businesses that are doing social media really badly, and they've got maybe a marketing budget that they can give us some money for.
Yeah. So. On your MQTodd, that's your main account. That's you. Would you say that's your largest account as far as followers go and stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. And you built that just by being as social as you are, right? I mean, those numbers are very impressive.
I'm on a lot of lists, out of that account.
I see. So
yeah, I'm on about. That's the best number that I got. I'm on about 3,600 people put me on lists in that Twitter account. That's good.
Yeah, and that just happens organically as you participate, right? You're not asking for people to add you to their list; they're just doing it, right?
Yeah, but I've done a pretty active following in that from time to time.
Sure. And would you say,
especially when I was in Japan and I had much better broadband, I was the broadband's pretty slow here. Like the internet's pretty slow here in Australia, but and I'm staying at these people's houses and I'm using their plan, and you have to pay a lot if you go over the plan, every week and things. So I haven't been doing that much. I haven't been doing that much following and stuff on Twitter. So
I see. They don't have a flat rate. It's all by
sometimes.
Okay. So if you obviously Twitter and Facebook, even LinkedIn, those seem to be kind of the cornerstones, right? The bigger ones.
I'm still skeptical about LinkedIn. I don't know how much actually. I look at my profile and I see only about 10 people looked at my profile a week or something like that, and no one ever clicks like or comments on any of the posts I do on LinkedIn. I don't even know if it works that well,
Sure. Okay. So you don't pay much attention to it then, right?
Nah.
So
I don't.
So
I got 2,500 contacts in there or something, but I don't know.
Not a whole lot of interaction there.
Nah.
So
no interaction.
So for you, would it be safe to assume that your hubs are Twitter, Facebook, and your blog? Is that
Yeah.
And so if those 3 are your main tools, like your platform, what would you say are your top 3 complementary tools to that? Would it be Empire Avenue?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then how about 2 more? If you had to get rid of everything except 3 more, what would it be?
Like a community and
Well, not
I don't.
Well, a tool to drive more interaction to those 3 base communities: your blog, Twitter, and Facebook. What would be the 3 tools that you find most useful?
Oh, Triber.
Triber. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Triber and Empire.
And Cloud.
And Cloud. If you had
definitely.
Okay. Triber is a weird one for me. I haven't been able to unlock the secret of Triber yet. I guess I have to join maybe...
I'm the most heavily networked person on Triber.
Are you serious? Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. I've got over 8 million reach on there. So that's... I'm in about 9 tribes, right?
Okay.
And on average, each of those tribes members have got about a million Twitter followers each. So that's how they get the 8 million reach.
Wow, that's amazing.
I got the most reach of anyone in there, I think.
That's amazing. That's I have
So
to go.
whenever I blog,
Yeah, it
it
goes
gets
out to.
out there.
The,
Well, in theory, it should go out to 8 million people. But recently, Tribe is not automated anymore.
Right.
The Twitter API cut down their automated thing. So, and people are slack, especially over the holiday season. People are away, so
Sure.
probably only about half the people in there are sharing my posts right now. So
that's still great.
it's still. I'm getting about between 8 and 12,000 views on my blog posts every day. I'm going to MQTodd.com for traffic. Between 8 and 12,000 people are reading something on there every day.
That's amazing. That's really great. I like your blog.
And that has come through Triber.
Wow.
And Tribe is also an amazing networking tool because when you're sharing everyone's stuff and you're reading everyone's blog to see what it's like and making a comment and and I'm networking with some pretty amazing people in there, and that's spun off to doing a lot of other things like that's been big spin off.
I see.
Through that, so it's a community in there, and each tribe it's its own community, and it's a powerful networking tool because people see you sharing every day, and you can see in Triber whose posts get shared the most for you. So like I had this woman, she came to me the other day, Laurie Taylor her name is, and she said, "You consistently get my posts shared more than anyone else, and even though you don't have so many Twitter followers, only 65,000, some of these other people with 200,000 things, you're getting shared more. You get posts open more than anyone else. So I'd like you to be on this panel for this new social media TV station I'm launching and things like this. So a panel of 4 people and things like that. She invited me to be on this just because she sees me as being like influential because she can see on Triber that I'm consistently getting her stuff shared more than other people. So
Sure.
that was the attraction that came out of that. So you can see how it's quite an amazing. So I definitely put that down as like the Triber. And Clout is becoming increasingly good.
I saw your post recently about it being a network and stuff.
I did a good one 2 days ago about Clout, like about I would get around 50 tweets a day through Clout into my Twitter account. Like these are people saying they've plus K'd me or added me to a list, or I'm on the top plus K influencers about some topic or something like that.
Sure.
People would tweet me about 50 times a day consistently going into my Twitter account. That's just my main Twitter account. That's not counting all the other ones. But you can see that's pretty powerful, right? My name
definitely.
is shared around again and again and again by on Twitter by these people, right? And Facebook. Some people post on Facebook when
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all about impressions, right? And the more I'm on a small radio show that's local here. I have about 10 minutes to talk about tech and social media, and the host.
How often do you do that?
Every day.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's just a short AM radio show. It's not a huge deal, but
excellent. Cool.
But the host, he's been doing this for like 2 or 3 years. He talks about finances and tax and stuff, and he told me something that's obviously translatable to any age and time and beyond social media, and it's all about impressions and being on people's faces over and over and over. And it seems like you're really mastering that.
Well, I think the Triber does that as well because you've got these people, and if I blog every day, which I nearly do, and there's just a tweet going out of their account, even if they don't open the link to my blog, they just see my name again, through these, these really top people on Twitter. And actually, I might change over because I got this other account, Yabba Tweets, for our social media marketing agency, Yabba. I think maybe it's okay. So because I've got 140 people I'm connected to on Triber, of course, like if they all blogged every day, I don't want to be putting out 140 posts through, at MQTodd.
Right.
So I've got it spread into Yabba as well.
Okay.
But in reality, there's only about 40 posts go out every day. So I've got about 20 coming out of each.
I see.
So it's not too bad. It's good actually to have that many coming out of good quality stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, especially the bloggers themselves that are putting their time and effort into a blog post. That alone has a little more quality than just any old posts that are around.
And a lot of us are getting into doing StumbleUpon, making an extra 2 clicks and putting each other's posts through StumbleUpon.
Sure, I love StumbleUpon. That's been
that's getting some juice as well for everyone. So that's also a very powerful thing.
Yeah, very cool. Well, you know, you have a lot of great information. I could talk to you for hours. But do you think you have some time and we can schedule maybe when you
Do you have clients and stuff yourself that you do this for people?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, anytime's good.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw that.
Sorry.
So Oscar's Tech is what? What is like? What do you do? What are you doing there?
Oh, I'm a systems administrator by the past 12 years. You know, servers and networking.
Yeah.
And in the past 3 or 4 years, I've started doing a lot more website front end related stuff, and with that came social media. So I've always been, you know, outside of my circles of friends, kind of explorer and trying new things like Empire Avenue and all that stuff. So now that I know some of that stuff, I do it for a few clients, and I mostly help people with their website and their servers and computers. So I do kind of heavy system administration for, you know, high-end servers, and I'm now doing some social media for people.
Yep.
But the most interesting stuff I do is really fixing websites or servers, maintaining, you know, when people get a spike of traffic and or they need to move from Joomla to WordPress, from WordPress to Joomla, or get onto a website altogether, you know, that's the kind of stuff I do.
Yeah.
But definitely social media comes right along with that, because what's a website without promotion, right? So.
Sure. And have you found the co-working group been good?
You know, I'm a little hesitant on the co-working group. I loved it at first, but I'm not sure. After talking to you, I think I'm a little bit more open to giving the co-working group another try. But I get a lot of really. It seems like I waste my time a lot in there. I get a lot of people to leave very short, simple comments, which I guess is still a comment on the blog and it generates buzz, but I don't see a whole lot of return when I participate on those, except for the Facebook fan day and maybe YouTube. But on my blog, like today I didn't do the blog day just because I don't have. Well, first I didn't blog very much the past few weeks, so I don't.
I don't see the blog thing. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, especially especially you.
I don't participate in that one. Like, I do the Facebook fan page day. Really, even that I haven't done that much recently.
Yeah, I think the co-working group is great, but definitely there's a Facebook slant.
It's good that it stuck. It's good it stuck together.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and there's probably 20. You know, there's probably 20 or 30 people that are doing it reasonably regularly, and 100 people would dip in at least once a month or something. So
yeah, you know, but
I think it's a good little community. It just amazes me that I think we could really help each other on Google Plus and Tumblr. Just to give like a start to like posts through Google Plus and Tumblr, and
sure.
Google Plus in the last 3 weeks, there's only been 3 or 4 of us have joined in that. I can't believe that.
Oh yeah, I haven't even looked at that, but yeah.
So that I think people are missing out that opportunity, and but you know, one of my things that I try and do every day is give out my 1,000 likes, because Facebook shut you down when you've done about 1,000 or you've done over 100 an hour.
Oh really? Okay.
And like for the last 3 years, I click like a lot.
Yeah, 1,000 a day. That's crazy.
Like, so that comes back, dude. Like it comes back about 5 to 10% of it comes back.
Okay. Now
you can see on Empire Avenue, you know, like you can see there how many likes you get.
Okay.
What your running total of likes is in the last week. If you go to Empire Avenue and click on profile there, you can see you've had like, I think I'm on about 480 comments and 550 likes.
I see.
When I started Empire Avenue in April and May, when we were really going at it hard with the likes, man, I was up to like 1,800 likes I was getting every week.
Wow.
So I'm only on about a quarter of that now, but still okay.
Sure.
But I give out a lot. like maybe more than 500 a day. So if you think that I'm giving out 3,500 to get back 550, so I'm getting back about 1/7. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And
So about 1/7 of them comes back, but it's not that it comes back. People just see your name, and and they
sure.
see you as supporting and liking, and I think that that it's just keeping your name out there by clicking the like.
Now,
It's just something that I've always done. I just click the like. So
how many? I'm looking you up real quick on Facebook. There
I
you
just
are.
try and support my friends by clicking like, and it helps me.
Sure. So, do you only have
Maybe.
your Facebook fan page, or do you have a private? Let's see, MQTodd. So I see MQTodd as your public figure page. Is that your entire presence?
Yeah. I got a Yabba page as well for the Yabba
Oh, okay. So,
thing,
so
and I got a EAV chat fan page as well.
okay. So you don't use Facebook like some other people do for like really personal stuff. It's more open the way that you use it, right?
Yeah, pretty open. Yeah.
Okay. So, because some of the things that people say it's a problem with liking is that is, for example, I have a lot of close friends and family that
I don't have any close friends or family.
on Facebook. You mean?
Yeah.
Got it.
Full stop.
Well,
I haven't had any contact with my family for about, I don't know, since I started Facebook.
oh, okay.
I'm not Facebook friends with any of my brothers or sisters or children or anything, cousins or anything.
I see. Now, tell me about that. Tell me why is that?
I started a Facebook group when those those closed groups came out about a bit over a year ago.
Sure.
The Facebook groups, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like Team Zen or something, or like co-working group. I started a group for our family.
Okay.
And we got 185 people in that group that I started.
Okay.
And I'm the admin of that group.
Sure.
And that's all my cousins and my kids are in there. I got 4 kids, and my brothers and sisters and cousins' wives and the cousins' kids and everything. Everyone's in there, right?
Okay.
And there's a lot of talk going on there and photo sharing. We also got a private Flickr group for sharing that I started for photos and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I hang out with those people in there.
Oh, okay, got it. So that's how you keep your.
I'm not Facebook friends with any of those people.
Oh, see, so you keep your Facebook really for the social networking part of it, not for your personal networking, or not for your personal.
Exactly, and I do my personal networking. is done basically in that group.
Sure. Okay, that explains
I'll
a
go
lot.
into that group and I'll make a comment. It's obviously Christmas and New Year and everyone's on holiday taking photos and saying Merry Christmas and stuff, and
Sure.
And I made a video here where I'm staying here and said Merry Christmas to everyone, and I put that in the group and it got lots of comments and everything's cool. But so I just run it like that.
Sure, that explains so much, Todd, because Michael, because what I get a lot of people that like my friends, like I said, friends and family that are not. I mean, they don't give a peanuts and about social media. So then when they see
that would be a good blog post to explain that actually,
yeah,
people, wouldn't it?
That's a great topic, especially coming from you.
It's just straight business for me.
Yeah.
Like this is just business for me,
Yeah, especially coming from you, because from an outsider looking in, when you're telling me, hey, I liked 1,000 things today, I'm like, that's ridiculous, because my friends complain to me, it's like, hey, you post too much on Facebook, and it's like, well, it's what I do. But now that you've told me how you do this, it explains really why you don't have that problem. Because you basically have everything in containers, so to speak, and that's how you're able to really powerhouse through this activity, which is really interesting. I did not know that.
And basically, I keep my 5,000 Facebook friends or 4,700 or how many ever I'm allowed to have.
Right.
They're pretty confined to people who are going to support me.
Right, because that's your target.
Like half of those would be Empire Avenue people. I've probably got 2,000 Facebook friends that are on Empire Avenue now.
I see.
Like I think I'm Facebook friends with all my Empire Avenue shareholders. I got about 2,600 shareholders on Empire Avenue, and I hold shares in 2,250. Right?
Okay.
So I'd imagine that I got like 2,000 I make a point of becoming Facebook friends with everyone that I hook up with on Empire Avenue.
I see.
And because that kind of people, if they joined Empire Avenue and they're playing, you know, maybe 2,000 is an exaggeration, but there'd be at least 13 or 1,400. So these are engaging people that are going to click like and they're going to comment and they're going to support because they realize that doing that's going to improve their Empire Avenue score, and they sort of get it, you know, they sort of collaborate with people, they sort of understand how it works, you know. So I want the you know, like I just made a comment on your fan page now, and that Matt guy, Matt Moran, you know, he just came in and clicked like on it and stuff like that. So this is just going on, you know, it's going on all the time, isn't it? Between the lot of us. So, and then plus I've got about another 2,000 people that are not on Empire Avenue, but they're kind of supportive people.
Sure. Yeah, that's amazing, and I understand a little bit more now how you do things, because that certainly explains why you don't get any backlash.
The people in Clout told me that I had the second biggest reach behind Mari Smith of people that had liked or commented on Facebook stuff in their algorithm in the past month. About 3 months ago, they told me that. Like that's the widest people. So I got, you know, people got 5,000 Facebook friends, but they never hear from them.
Sure, they never interact.
Well, I do.
Yes.
mine do, because I cut them and look for new ones if they don't.
Sure.
Like, if there's someone, when their birthday comes up and I don't know who they are,
I see.
I'll cut them.
Interesting.
I just cut them. And I just say whatever, you know. I just push the remove button on them and take someone probably from Empire Avenue who I think maybe is going to be much better to spread around, you know, what I'm doing.
Sure.
You know?
And so do you,
and why wouldn't you?
When you buy new people on Empire Avenue and you say you want to go and friend them on Facebook and stuff, do you go or do you wait for them to do that? I mean, so if you're buying 20 people every day based on the automatic Empire Avenue tips, then how do you follow up to go and follow them on Facebook? Do you just take the time? I mean, that's a lot to pack in an hour, right? Or how?
Yeah, no, I'd do that after a week. Like,
okay.
If they're like I told you, I look at people after the first week after I buy them, and if they're playing the game and their score's gone up and they've done a few actions on Empire Avenue, then I take the step to do max in them by the 600, and I'll probably buy a few in them out of Yabba and Empire Avenue chat, like I'm doing you now.
Okay.
And then I would, and the Dolphins one as well, I hit them from all directions then and buy them, you know, like when I can see they're worth, you know, making the relationship with. And then maybe I send them, if I go to their Facebook, send them I got a copy and paste message saying, hi, I'm now maxed on you on Empire Avenue, you're doing really well on the game. Here's my See Me profile. You can find me on all the other places here. Hope we can be Facebook friends. And I've sent you a request. You know, and most of them, get me back.
Sure.
And quite a few of them go and buy my shares at that time as well.
Interesting. Okay.
And so yeah, I'm kind of running it like that. I wouldn't do it straight away when I buy them,
sure,
because they get so many buys. Those new people, they come in and they get about 100 buys on the first day. 100 people buy them. You know, you're just a number. You know.
Right.
But after the first week, I can see that they're going to be people that are going to hang around and worth spending some time on. Yeah, I do it then.
All right, cool. Very, very interesting. You have some insights I just had no idea about, and that's very, very useful. You know, because we get to see you through this lens that we only see certain things.
Thanks for the huge buy in the Yabba, dude. That's awesome.
Oh, sure.
I need to get some content coming out of this Yabba.
Yeah.
You're only running one account in there, right? And you're doing one out, yeah.
Yes, I just have my one account. I'm helping somebody else run their account, but it's I don't tell many people.
Yabba's going to come. We're going to make a Yabba blog, which is going to be a collaborative blog.
Okay.
And a collaborative social media blog, a little bit like Mashable.
Sure.
Like about 10 posts a day, 5 opinion and 5 news.
Okay.
And it's going to be called Yabba blog. and we got yabberblog.com, and that is going to go and obviously go into the Yabber Empire Avenue account. So that's going to have like 10 posts coming out of every day. So it's seriously going to rock. Like
That's
Chris
very
Perillo, Chris Perillo is putting out about 10 blog posts a day, and Chris Voss is putting out about 5. That's how they maintain that amazing content, you know,
Right.
that their scores. So yeah, Yabba blog is coming up. Once I'll get these interns and build this. I'm not quite sure how we're doing it, but this is going to be quite cool because I think we can take Mashable on. I don't actually think they're that good.
You know, I've always thought that about Mashable. It's like, yeah, they're good, but I don't think they're doing anything that extraordinary. It's just putting stuff out.
And they were the first ones to sort of grab that space.
Exactly.
I think TechCrunch is really good. Their articles are excellent.
Yeah, I actually like TechCrunch better than Mashable. But
But the Mashable, the other thing about them is that the people that write the stuff don't seem to do much social media themselves, you know?
yes, I noticed that. Yeah, when you go to their tweets, they don't really have a whole lot, or sometimes they haven't posted in a couple of days, and that's just that surprises me as far as Twitter goes.
And anyway, I think there's always room for another player in that space. People are so hungry for all this information and people's opinions and new news and everything like that. So I think there's room for it, you know. So
yeah, no, I think that's great. And
we're gonna get this Yabba blog going in the next month or so. It's we're just sort of slowly building that Empire Avenue account up. I hope it can get up to a score of around 150 in about 2 months' time or something. That account. So.
Sure.
Don't expect great growth or dividends out of it for a bit, but
oh, that's okay.
just gradually. There's so much to do, you know. Like I don't even have time to go. I only go into Google Plus myself and play around in there about like 15 minutes a day out of my own account and put up 2 or 3 posts and click like and make a few comments, you know, like.
Sure.
Let alone doing that for other things. Crikey.
I see. Hey, you know,
how do you manage your time? You know.
Yeah, it's tough managing time.
You're on the laptop. You're on the computer nearly all day.
Me? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm on the computer almost from wake up time till nighttime, unless I'm visiting a client, or of course I have to do something else. But I find it really difficult to manage time with social media. That's why when I hear you say, "Oh, I only spend 20 minutes here or an hour here," I'm blown away by that. I either think this guy is amazing or he's lying to us. But of course, you know what you're doing.
Well, I can't be lying because the results are coming through.
Oh yeah, of course. So. And that's why I wanted to talk to you. Because
what about Chris Perillo and Chris Voss? What do they do? Look at their activity, and Chris Letko. Look at their activity is phenomenal, isn't it?
Yes. Well, but then Chris Perillo, I caught on really.
He's got people working for him.
Yes, he doesn't. I mean, he writes some stuff.
Chris Letko and Chris Voss don't have people working for them.
Right. And that's why that's how I was able to explain that to myself. It's like, okay,
they are also freaks. Chris Letko's a freak, right?
Yes. I don't know how he does it, but yeah. Chris
I met him a couple of times in Japan, that dude.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of like tech events and, you know, social media events in Japan. He's back in America now. He also left, I think, after the earthquake. He left about the same time as me, but
I see.
He was down in Hiroshima and I was in Tokyo, but I met him a couple of times. So I've sort of been his Facebook friend for a couple of years. So he actually got me into Empire Avenue.
Oh, okay.
I just kept seeing it on his Facebook. I thought, oh, I better join this thing. Chris is so big into it.
Sure.
And then I went in there and he's like rocking the thing. Like he's like on about 150. Like, oh, that little dude, he did. He's my social media guru. What's he doing up 150?
Sure.
And I met Adriel Hampton as well. I'd met him in because his wife's Japanese, so I'd met him in Tokyo a couple of times as well.
Okay.
I was Facebook friends with him, and I go in there, and him and Chris Letko are the two leaders in this empire. And I thought, wow, I know these guys.
Yes.
I could do better than them. And then Chris Perillo and like Calvin Lee and Chris Voss, they all joined in about the same week as me.
Right. Oh, okay.
We all joined there was a big spark in April. A whole lot of people joined. I think you remember, right?
Yes.
April, May. You know, like a whole lot of people joined.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't met Adriel, but I did some work for him early on, and he's
a super nice guy. Eh?
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I know Kelvin. I met him in person a couple times.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, he lives, I think, just like 45 minutes from me, and we both go to this social media mastermind group in the mornings on Saturdays.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's just kind of like it's a cool group. It's called Social Media Mastermind Orange County. SMMOC is the tag, and we just talk about.
Oh, I've seen him tweeting with that. Yeah.
Yeah, we just talk about all kinds of social media tools, activity, procedures, all this stuff, and The people that show up.
He's genius level as well. That dude, eh?
I'm sorry.
He's genius level. That guy, eh?
Yeah,
He's also got full-time like job as a designer and everything, and still doing stuff.
Yeah, like I had that Google Plus post recently. You commented first comment on the Buffer app on how to use the page, and he came on, and I always thought that he was scheduling stuff out on Twitter, but he
doesn't use it.
And that's amazing to me because he literally tweets all.
No, he
day.
doesn't do it. He's got policy of that. He doesn't schedule. I talked to him quite a bit about this on the Google Hangouts and things like this.
That is amazing because I can tweet at him at, when I wake up. I can tweet at him midday at 4 in the morning, and he'll respond usually within a few minutes, and that's just amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Seriously, he's tweeting at like 2:00 in the morning.
Yes,
and then he tweets on Foursquare that he's just gone to some restaurant or Subway or something like that at 7:00, and the dude's only had 4 hours sleep.
Yes. I don't know how he does it, but I'm thinking of a tweet.
He's been great to watch. He is a machine.
Yes,
he's brilliant. I learned so much off him.
He's with you on like the Cloud Squad thing, right? Like he's in that group.
Yeah, but that's kind of been dead for the last couple of months.
Oh, okay. I don't keep up a whole lot with that. Yeah,
I got to get over there and meet you and meet these people face to face. It must be a big thing to like do that handshake and do the hug and do.
I would love it if you.
Thing.
Yeah, if you.
I think just that that human thing is if I go over there for a couple of months, I think it'll be the best thing I can do because. Like really makes just extend that relationship and things.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, even a phone like right now we're talking. I've totally completely changed a lot of my perspective on who you are and what you do and stuff. So definitely the face to face.
Yeah, it's so nice. I try and do a Skype chat with with most people.
Yeah,
so it's,
it's
great.
You know who just joined that group actually, and I'm sure you've heard of him. Is John Chow. You know who he is, right?
John Chow.
He does johnchow.com, the ramblings of a .com mogul.
So,
he's one of he's in par with like Darren Rose, the pro blogger guy.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that will teach you like how to make money on blogging, and he's become a millionaire now since he has johnchow.com, and he showed up to our social media mastermind because he moved to the city, which is great. But there's a lot of great people that come to our group, and definitely if you come by, I would highly invite you to come over, or recommend that you come and visit, especially if you stay over for a while.
That'd be super cool. Yeah, I'm planning to spend 2 months there at this stage, and then I'm going to come back to Australia for about another 2 months, and then I'm going to go to London for the Olympics in July and do some speaking and presentations there.
Oh, very cool.
I'm going 2 months in London, and I'll stop over in Tokyo, obviously, on the way. Australia, like Tokyo, catch up with my daughter and my friends in Tokyo, and maybe do some presentations there, do some workshops, and then go to London for 2 months, and then maybe I go to America for 2 months every year or something like that. I don't know, for 4 years or something. Yeah, some kind of schedule like that.
Yeah. Do you think you? I mean, I know you've already talked to me for almost an hour, but do you think you have some time to set up a little more formal and maybe with video?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I called you, because you reached out to me, you want to do that thing. So yeah, let's do it.
What's a good time maybe next year? I'm going to be out for about a week starting tomorrow, so I can't.
Yeah, you just tell me a time. I'm very surprised if I can't do it.
Okay, so how about Monday the 9th, January 9th?
Sure.
Okay. I know you're in a completely different time zone, so I'd be happy to accommodate your time. What's
not completely different time zones.
You might
it's not too bad with it's 8:45 here now, right?
Okay, so it's 2:45 here. Okay, how about this time on that Monday around 2?
Yeah, probably an hour later. Is that all right?
Okay.
Because that day I'll probably be at the public library, and it doesn't open till 9 in the morning.
Okay.
I go to the public library because they got really super strong Wi-Fi, and you can use unlimited amounts of it. So
that's nice.
But it's closed at the moment for the holiday break. But it's closed for a week. But after that, I'll probably go to the public library 9 to 5 and do a solid 9 to 5 days work.
All right. So I have you for Monday at 9, and so that would be at 3:00 my time, right? 3.
Yep.
3 o'clock my time. Yeah, and I'll send you before then. I'll send you a list of some of the questions I want to talk about.
Cool.
And then we just basically do what we've been doing right now. Kind of talk back and forth. I have questions about how you blog, if you use any tools, and maybe if you want to share some tips for newbies and tips for even people that think they're advanced. Like here, I thought I knew everything there is to know about doing social, and you already schooled me on it. So stuff like that would be great. Maybe just and I'll also ask you some stuff about, like, I noticed that you posted something very cool a while ago about a trip you did, I guess across the world on a bike.
Yes.
Did you actually?
That was like about 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's an amazing thing to talk about. I would love to ask you more about
I bicycled from Singapore to London in 9 months with my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
We got
cool.
married, had 2 children after that, but yeah, like she was a girlfriend then.
Oh, I see. So you have 4 kids, you said, right?
Yeah, I got two in Japan and 2 in New Zealand.
Okay.
My son's 21.
Okay. And so he's your eldest? Your oldest?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have 2 sons and 2 daughters, or what do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 1 son and 3 daughters.
Okay.
They're all together now. I should be there. Like, they're all together at my mum's house in New Zealand. They're all there now.
Oh, okay.
But I'm so focused. Like, I'm working. I was going to go there for a week to New Zealand and sort of see some friends and see my family and see all my kids and things.
Sure.
I just look at it and I think, wow, I got this new business starting up here. I got these new social media marketing agency. I got these people in America who are giving me some money to help start this, water ionizer machine business in Australia. And plus I got to keep this Empire Avenue going and the clout thing going and Facebook. If I went to New Zealand, I'd be on a laptop like 15 hours a day.
Right.
and meeting these people for an hour because I just can't see past doing what I do every day.
Sure.
Seriously, I've got to that stage, it might seem crazy to people, but...
No, I think when you love something...
I just love it, and
yeah.
if I was to go away for 2 days, the whole thing would collapse on me, I reckon.
Well...
Maybe I'm taking too much on, and when I get chance to employ these people next week, these interns coming and things, it's going to be a bit of a weight off, because they can doing some things.
Offload some of that. Yes, definitely.
Plus, I'm writing a book about 3 hours a day right now.
Oh, yeah, I read about you writing something. Yeah, very interesting. And
just about pulling my whole book up about marketing and networking and social media. Like, every day I just learn so much, and I go through the book and I go, oh, that's rubbish, I don't want to say that anymore, I'll take that out. And I end up taking out whole paragraphs, and it gets jointed again, and I got to write the thing again, because as you know, there's just so many changes happening, right?
Oh yeah, it happened like by the minute, and new approach, new tools, new perspectives.
Like this, it really is amazing. We're living in incredible times, aren't we? And we're kind of at the top of it,
Oh, that's another thing I really wanted to touch on. You mentioned something on one of your blog posts about something about the Mayans, predictions, and interconnectivity and all that stuff. And it sounds a whole lot like...
I really believe in this.
Yes, it sounds a whole lot like what's that point called? The futurists are... it just slipped my mind. I read about it a lot.
I really believe that this is the age of like awareness and consciousness that's just starting to come in, and that all this networking and all this technology that's been building up in the last 10 years and all this sort of getting together, this has been the kind of like age of connectivity. And this is what the Mayans said, that from 1999 this was going to start happening when LinkedIn started, and 1999 and Friendster started.
Right.
They predicted that like 2,600 years ago. It's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yes, and yes,
one of those Mayan dudes, they had a future life experience, I think, and went back and wrote it all down.
Oh, I see.
They were living in this time, and then in the future life they had future life experience.
Sure.
I don't know if you believe in all this stuff, but
I read some books when I was young about that. I read a book that's amazing called Single Person Plural.
Oh, right.
And I recommend it because...
I read it, but I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a psychology book, and what it is this disturbed person that ended up going to a psychologist to help with the issues, and they discovered after trial and error that this person was just had a conflict with all their past lives, and through hypnotism and stuff, they went through and kind of cleared it up and found all this stuff about their past lives and how they weren't either put to rest or something, and that's why it was this person had conflicts. But the concept that your post reminded me was it's called Singularity. Have you heard of that?
Yeah. The Singularity Conference and everything like that, right?
So that's what it reminded me of, and I'll probably touch on that when I talk to you again.
But can't you feel this happening? You know, like these $36 tablets in India now, right?
Yes, 20. 30,
these Indian parents are giving out, like, they can go into a shop now and buy their kids a $36 tablet, and they can get unlimited, internet access for about another $30 a month, right?
Right.
So in India now, and there's millions and hundreds of millions of them doing this, whereas 1 or 2 years ago this was just a dream.
Oh yeah, it's like people will laugh at you.
And now it's going to spread into Africa and Eastern Europe, obviously, when they get some more money, and China and India are getting heavily connected.
Yeah.
So the whole world is coming together in a rush, and if you've got a great tweet or a great update or a great blog post or a great tool or a great app, it's not something that is it. And because of this, all the sharing that's going on, it just gets multiplied like crazy, and suddenly, bang! You can change people's thought patterns and change people's ideas or conceptions about anything almost in a day.
Yes, I mean you can,
and this is phenomenal.
Yeah, you could change the entire life course of somebody across the world just by a blog post one day, and that's amazing. That's just mind blowing to me.
And because this sharing that's going on, like, wow, the sharing is doubling.
Right. Yeah.
Like sharing's doubled since a year ago.
Oh yeah, I mean
it's doubled in a year. Like stuff like Reddit and like Reddit's an amazing sharing tool, and and Scoop It, and all the sharing that's going in Tumblr and stuff. Like Tumblr's getting more sharing going on than Twitter. There's more people reblogging and reposting on Tumblr than are retweeting on Twitter.
Sure.
And all this stuff is like, wow, where's it going to stop?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, there's no point in being negative about the world, being saved and peace and the environment and everything that's happening. It's going to happen because
more
suddenly,
awareness. Yeah.
Suddenly we are the media, and nothing can stop it. It's just unstoppable.
Have you watched that movie, Life in a Day?
No, I'm writing these things down. I'm going to check these out.
Yeah, this is it's a groundbreaking project somebody made, and it's actually on YouTube Movies. You can watch it for free. It's an hour. It's a regular
Life in a Day.
Life in a Day. It's a feature film, but it was filmed with 4,500 or plus hours of crowdsourced footage. The producers.
I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just watched it a few days ago. It's amazing, and it also reminded me of your blog post. Here's this movie made from people in every corner of the world, and about their life, and it ties them together really nice to make it good to watch. But you get to see everybody's experience, how they live their life, from a guy driving a Lamborghini to people grinding wheat,
Cool.
with a stone. And it's amazing how we're all being connected by this stuff.
Yeah. I
highly recommend that one. But definitely, the one other thing I'm going to ask you about is what you just said about sharing and sharing and sharing. When does it become too much? For example, if you get 500 pieces of information across your desk right now, you obviously cannot share them all, even if you wanted to. But if you, how do you pick the ones to share, and how do you decide that? So that would be something that's very interesting for me to.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you read the blog post that I wrote about, like, being open, random, and supportive.
I did, and that's what.
And not looking for anything, not searching for anything anymore.
Right.
It's gonna find you.
That's what
and you're gonna, and probably it's going to find you and it's going to come to your attention more because if you, I don't know how you like organize your workflow or anything, but if you use Hootsuite and you've got some different columns in there and you've got your Facebook, like sometimes you're looking at your Facebook ticker,
Yeah.
you can see your friends share the same thing like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
And then you'll take an interest in it rather than just if you just see it once or the first time you see a particular post or a particular video or a particular photo or something. You see it posted like 3 or 4 times by your friends or, you know, by people you're following. Then it's kind of found you rather than you searching for it and looking for it.
Interesting. See,
So I don't Google anything anymore. Like I just wait for it to come to me.
Okay.
It'll find. I just rely and trust on the process and that I'm following the right people and looking at the right places. That all the best stuff is basically going to flow to me and find me.
Okay.
And then when I particularly get interested in it, maybe I have a quick read and share it, or I'll just share it because it's a trusted source and I know it's good and I know it's popular. I'll share it.
I see.
You know.
Sure.
So that kind of. So.
But at some point you are somehow filtering that source, either because you just said, for example, I pick.
Yeah, but I filter it by being totally random, and you've got to embrace this random thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is what some people are not prepared to do. They want to be organized and they want to, you know, have a system, but it doesn't really work that way, I don't think, because as you say, there's too much.
Right. And that's actually how I started on this path of talking to you, because on that particular post, I heavily disagreed on it, and I can see the benefits of what you're saying a lot more than I did back then. But I'm still hesitant.
But this is hard stuff to jump in. This is like the guy that taught me about that. I don't know if you watched his video from the TED Talk. The guy Thomas Power that started the Academy in England.
Yes.
Now, I'm a good friend of his, and I've talked to him a lot. And he's come out to Australia, and I've met him in London and everything. You know, we've been friends for about 4 years now, and he started the Academy in 2000. It's taken him, and he made that video in October 2010, and he just came to that realization about 2 weeks before he made that video about all that stuff. It took him 10 years of pain and really, because he's a really systemized, methodical guy.
Yeah.
It took him 10 years of pain of trying to filter and having information overload and just not knowing who to network with or anything.
Yeah.
10 years of it to get that concept, and now his life is free and he's just doing so much more stuff. Well, now he's got that. And for some reason, I was lucky enough to have that mindset and have that mentality and that kind of system immediately as soon as I went online about 4 years ago.
Interesting.
So somehow I didn't have anything to unlearn. Maybe he came through a different marketing sort of school of background where I had nothing, you know. I was a lawyer, so, you know, I hadn't spent any time online. I didn't have any information overload because I never looked at the internet or anything. But maybe I don't know. Maybe I just went immediately into social networking, and immediately I decided, well, if I'm going to do this thing, I may as well do it properly, and I'll get as big a network as possible. And I probably accumulated 5,000 Facebook friends in about 2 or 3 months, you know. So
sure. Yeah, that's definitely something we'll talk more about, because it's interesting. And
it's not an easy thing to grab.
It's definitely not. I mean, I've been using computers since I was 10 years old. I got online at 1995, and it just goes completely against what we've been taught and what we've been practicing all along. Like, if you're a marketer and you are trying to succeed at marketing, then you should focus on marketing stuff and people that market, so you're like them. But what you're saying is, no, just find random.
And it's the same with this co-working group.
Yeah.
I'll just leave you with this, is that what goes around comes around, man. I'm a true believer in this, and just be random with it, I think, because a group of us, Cindy Hayden and I, we started this group that was going to help each other and support each other in a kind of a systemized way, kind of like co-working, but with just selected people, and we kept it closed.
Yeah.
And Anise Smith and Nakiva and Stephen Hughes, and we got all these people, and Dylan Rhodes and these people in there.
Okay.
And after about a month, we kind of realized, we did make a tribe out of it. We got tribe that we, support each other in a sort of an organized, systemized way. But then we realized that it actually is just much more powerful and much more easier if we just keep it random.
Interesting.
And we don't really keep tabs on who gives back as, many likes or comments, or we don't worry and we just don't get stressed by it. And we just keep it random,
Yeah, I mean, I see it. Yeah, it's very hard to grasp that concept.
It is hard, and Anise is really strong on it. That is random is best.
Yeah, especially because, for example, in Triber, not everybody can be part of every tribe, right? So if you take that as an example, that even goes to, there's some selection going on to each tribe, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely something we'll cover more. And I don't want to take up any more of your time for now, but I really, really appreciate you talking to me and being open, like you just said, to this conversation.
Yeah, and just being you can't support everyone, but just be supportive of people that you like, and just go for it, and don't worry about what comes back, because stuff comes back,
Sure. Yeah.
Like this guy. Like, I'll just leave you with one last thing. It's just amazing the power of this, like having conversations and things in public, and giving out lots of good stuff. And like, I was going to cut this guy as a Facebook friend.
Okay.
And this guy that he's a doctor, and him and 11 other doctors about 4 years ago got together and patented and spent huge amounts of money in Japan building this technology, and they've even built a factory in Japan to make these water ionizing machines. That they've sold 100,000 of them in America, and now they want to bring them to Australia, and they want me to lead the business here, right?
Okay.
And so it's this guy, I didn't even know who he was.
Okay.
And he said, I've been watching you every day for the last 2 years, giving out amazing, like being inspirational to people, being friendly to people, supporting people, and giving out amazing information about social media, new stuff every day for the last 2 years. And now I see that you've moved from Japan to Australia, and we're really looking for someone in Australia to lead this business. We'd like you to do it.
Wow.
We'd like you to be that person, and you will get a cut forever on every one of our product that gets sold in Australia and New Zealand, and for the rest of your life and the rest of your family's life, you're going to get a small cut on every one of our products that gets sold.
Yeah.
And all you really need to do is give us about 10 hours a week. For about a year, would you like to do this? And we'll tell you what to do.
Sure.
We just need someone who's trustworthy and who's going to be around every day and who knows how to do marketing and knows how to build relationships with people.
Right.
And this guy, he's like, I don't even know who he was. He just came to me with this offer, and because he's watching,
Yes. Yeah. I can see
and
that.
this is what we don't realize. Like you and me, we like having a comment on stuff and and doing this stuff. But for every one of me and you, there's 1,000 people out there watching.
Yes, yeah, you're right. That silently just watch
and because I was I'm not getting paid for any of that stuff that I did like for those 2 years that he knew me. But suddenly something comes along, and now I am going to get paid.
Right. No, that's awesome.
And it does happen. These things do happen.
Sure. No, that's amazing. I'm looking forward to talking to you again, and I really, really
put April the 10th to the 12th down in your diary.
Yes, I'm marking that down. And another quick question. I have recording when people call me and stuff, and I've recorded our conversation. Is it okay?
Oh, brilliant.
Is it okay if I publish that?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Okay, I'll tweet you. I'll send you the link when I have it ready.
What a great idea.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Cool. And of course, the one that our more formal interview. Do you have a webcam, or are we going to do it without?
Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we'll do that interview with a webcam. That way, people can see it side by side. And what I do is usually, as you're telling me stuff, I'll bring it up on my screen, and that also gets recorded. So when I publish, it's an entire video, and people will see us talking, and also they'll see the stuff we're talking about right there on my screen.
For sure.
Great
stuff. Oh, yeah. So you got this tech stuff wired, right?
I'm sorry.
You got this tech stuff pretty wired, yeah?
Yeah, that's my strength. Not so much.
So it's not my strength at all. I'm technophobic, man.
Oh, really? Well, it doesn't seem like it. You know pretty.
I I don't know this kind of stuff.
Well,
I need a lot of help. I need a lot of help with all this kind of stuff, man. I just managed to get by.
well, I think sometimes it's good because you just get into it.
I just bought this, like, Samsung just got the rights to sell the Galaxy here because Apple was like closing them down. They had all these lawsuits. So
Right.
suddenly Samsung have got this, this new tablet
Okay.
that's just come in here.
Oh yeah, the one that you told me on my Facebook.
I got this for Christmas. I haven't even opened the thing.
Oh, I see.
I've opened it to have a bit of a look at, but I just see it as a huge challenge to work out how to use it.
It's just sitting there waiting. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm still sticking on my 7-year-old laptop here on my knee, like,
Sure.
I know how to, because I'm comfortable, it's my comfort zone.
Sure.
So I need to get this tablet out. And,
All right.
I haven't even, I've had a look at it, and I haven't even, hooked it up to the internet to use it yet.
Interesting.
I just had to look at, like how it feels, and oh.
Sure.
And I've had it, it's nearly 5 days, something like, since last Sunday.
I see.
Christmas Day.
Well,
So,
from my
I'm kind of phobic about this technology stuff. I
Yeah.
need to.
well, from my perspective, a tip of advice for
I'm 49. I'm a normal 49-year-old.
Sure. Well, from my perspective, my tip on that is like technology is always fixable. So, you
Yeah.
can only learn it. If you break it, reset, reload, and you're good to go. Don't be afraid of
I
that.
don't even have smartphone.
Oh, really? So you just have a normal cell phone?
No, I don't even have that.
Oh.
I haven't had that. I haven't had that for 3 years.
No cell phone at all.
No.
So
I just do.
Skype, you buy Skype credits then, or you use
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So if I wanted to if I'm your son or your family, I want to go get a hold of you. How do I do that? Just
Tweet me.
Tweet you, okay. Hey, I'm going to the hospital. I'm sick.
Tweet me. You'll get me.
Well, that's certainly embracing technology for sure, right there. So very cool. No, it's
Seriously, man. I don't look at emails and stuff.
really
If you tweet me, you've sent me an email.
Then you go look.
Like, you sent me a DM and I didn't even see it, right? So you had to tweet me to say that you'd sent me one or something.
Right. I just figured that you were getting, you probably get dozens of those all the time. So
Exactly. You see, so and that's not sort of like being random.
right.
I miss stuff because of that, but at the same time, overall, I think it's the best way.
Sure.
Because if I go around checking all the DMs and checking email all the time, it's just a constant load of stress on you to keep up in touch with that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And if I had a phone, it would be going nuts, and texts and stuff like that coming at me, and it's all one-to-one. It's not public, and it's got no leverage in it.
So tell me. Sorry to interrupt. How does this company with the wire? How do they get a hold of you on Twitter, or how do they?
What's that?
The company that you have a potential contract for.
Oh, the water thing.
Yeah. How do they reach out to you?
He sent me Facebook inbox message.
Okay, Facebook got it. Okay.
Facebook inbox messages I'm very, very good at.
Okay, so that is
because I have Facebook open all the time, so I can see when they pop up, and I deal with them because they're from Facebook friends, so they're likely to be they're sort of handpicked 4,700 people, kind of like responsive people who support me, and I've handpicked those 4,700 people. I'd like to think that I've got the 4,700 best in the world, like as my Facebook friends who I really, really want,
I see.
So if one of them sends me a message, well, I'm all over it. I'll answer really fast.
Very cool. Yeah, so that's kind of your new.
Twitter's different because they're followers that I don't choose, and they've all got the power because I follow back pretty much all of them. So
I see.
they send me DMs. You wouldn't believe the stuff I get all day.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's a constant flow of it.
I have a fraction of the numbers that you have, and I'm already overwhelmed with that stuff. So, how do you
exactly?
Do you follow back manually every time, or do you have something to follow back?
No, I follow back with a social inf.
Oh, social inf. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been.
And then I cut out people who haven't tweeted for a month.
Okay.
If you haven't tweeted for a month, I cut them out with a managed flitter. I go into managed flitter
Sure.
every once a week or something like that, and I'll. Do you know that tool?
Yes,
It's
I
pretty
love
good.
that tool. I use that.
And I actually know the guy that owns that thing.
Oh,
He's
very
in
cool.
Sydney, Australia here.
Yeah, it's a very useful tool.
Yeah, I just go in and people who haven't tweeted or people who haven't followed me back after 3 weeks, I automatically cut out through TweetAdder. Do you use TweetAdder?
Tweet adder?
Yeah.
No, I don't. That's a desktop app, right? That just kind of finds people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did
It,
the.
it finds people, but it also cuts people. People that I've followed on through TweetAdder, you can cut them after 3 weeks if they haven't followed back.
Oh,
so
I see.
that's quite good.
So do you think it was totally worth the price? Which is it's cheap, but right? It's like
Damn, it's a bargain for me.
Yeah.
I think it cost $180, and for unlimited amount of accounts, I got like 25 accounts going in there.
Yeah, definitely. I could see the value on that.
And I've sold over $2,000 worth of those things
Oh, okay.
as an affiliate.
Sure. From your site or?
Yeah, but it's the only thing I advertise on my website pretty much.
I
So
see.
every time, I'm selling one a day at the moment or something, like a $50 one or a $100 one or something. I sell about one a day.
I see. Well,
So that's happening, and maybe not one a day, 3 or 4 a week, one every 2 days. I'm selling at the moment.
yeah.
I always give people like half an hour just to teach them how to use the thing.
Oh, interesting. Well, if I buy it, I'll make sure.
That easy to use. It's not that easy to use.
Sure. I'll buy it through your
And
site if I buy
it
it.
sucks up a lot of broadband. Like I was saying before, I don't have the broadband to do all that following now.
Oh, okay.
See, for a while I was following, like when I was in Japan, from about 10 accounts, I was following 1,000 people a day. And about 200 or 300 of those follow back. See, so you can build your numbers quite quickly like that.
Interesting.
I think I'm pretty much connected on Twitter to all the people I want to be now. I sort of got like all the people that I want to,
Well,
I don't really need any more.
but what if new people join? I mean, you want to connect to them, right? Or no? I mean,
Yeah, but they'll find me.
so how do you know that you?
I'm getting about 200 new followers a day just organically now.
Oh man, I envy you. That's cool. Very cool.
But I think, when I say organically, a lot of people are using tools like Tweet Spinner and TweetAdder, and they're using word search. So if I tweet a word, they automatically follow me and stuff like that. And they follow lists that I'm on and things like that. They say, oh, I'll follow everyone on that list or something like that.
Sure.
So the more followers you've got, the more you get organically.
Right.
And the more you tweet, the more you'll get. And if you stick your keywords when you tweet, you'll get the right people who follow off words.
Right. Huh.
So
Yeah, I've noticed.
you got to be careful what you tweet. If you start tweeting a whole lot of stuff that's not in your niche, for a start, you'll dilute your brand, and people won't know what you're about, and they won't put you on lists because they don't think that you'll tweet about that subject all the time.
Right. Okay.
They want people on their lists that stick to the subject that the list is about. So if you got to stick to your niche, you can't go really wide and start tweeting about a whole lot of different stuff. Plus, if you keep to your words, then you've got far more chance of being followed.
Sure.
Yeah.
And found. Right. All right. Very cool. All right. Well, it's been enlightening.
All right.
And
Oh, that's a nice tweet you've sent me. Thanks a lot.
oh well, it's.
All right, dude. Okay, Oscar.
I'll be in touch. I'll send you a message on Facebook with some of the questions I want to talk about, topics, and we'll go from there. I appreciate your time and appreciate you.
Sounds like fun. See if we can get that dividend up to 1.0, and then your score will go up to 130.
Sure, I'm gonna focus a little more on my blogging now.
I think a lot of people are don't buy you unless you're 0.7.
Right.
And I'm below 0.7 now, so I get quite a few people selling me because they've got this 0.7 thing in their head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw that.
You're about exactly. Oh no, you're better than 0.7. So
I'm at 7.8. Yeah.
You're fine. You're exactly 0.8. So
yes.
yeah, maybe you're.
I'm trying to break 100 by the end of the year. We'll see if that happens. I have 3 more days to do, but we'll see.
Well, I just bought a few new today from a few different accounts, and I got a couple more of accounts that I help people with, so I'll max you out of that. We'd just about get you there.
Awesome.
Oh,
there's still things. Yeah. Just what?
Spend all your EVs that you've got.
Okay.
On a few key people. You should get. Yeah, you should be able to be over 100. How long have you been playing for?
Since it's going to be 2 years and 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
On Empire, haven't you, for 2 years and 2 months?
Yeah, No. Almost 2 years.
Wow, I didn't even know I'd been going that long.
Yeah, I joined.
That's one of the originals.
Yeah, I was there with Adriel and a few other people when they made the challenge to say, we'll give you a special achievement if you invite the 1,000th person. So there was less than 1,000 people when I...
Oh, you should write a story about that. That's great.
Yeah, maybe.
I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while, but, I haven't put in as much effort into learning it as, like, you. I mean, yeah, so I joined March...
But I'm just a different kind of thing, though, right?
Yes,
Like,
of course.
so I got myself as a personal brand very clearly, so that's what I can see it as having great leverage down the track. I can see in a year's time that this Empire Avenue could become extremely powerful.
Oh, yeah. You met William Pitcher, right? Or talked to him?
Yeah. I talked to him quite a bit.
Yeah, he was one of the first people there. Just a few people.
Sure.
And he asked me a question one time saying, because I thought Empire Avenue was the greatest thing ever when I joined, but nobody would listen to me and stuff. So I just played along and played with the people that were in it. And he even asked questions like, "Hey, do you think this will be as big as Facebook?" And I told him no, because it needs places like Facebook to grow, because that's what sustains it. But it can definitely be a huge, huge network tool just on its own. And I think that's what we're seeing right now, a huge growth. So
Yeah, I don't know about huge growth. There's only about 50 people joining a day, and there's only about like 5 of them worth keeping.
Well, yeah, but I meant we had the huge spike earlier in the year, and it's been consistently growing. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was that spike because a whole lot of us that sort of like hung out together on Twitter, like Calvin and like Reg Sadler and I, and like a whole lot of people, like about 30 or 40 of us, we all joined, and we were all quite noisy about it, and that we managed to attract all our networks into it. So at that stage, they were getting like 500 people a day were joining.
Right.
But it's really come down.
Yeah, and it's a sophisticated network with a lot of stuff to do. So people, I think,
But I don't care about that.
Right.
I don't like those big numbers. They're not really going to be so helpful, I don't think.
Right.
What is awesome is that there's kind of a core group of 200 or 300 people, and I'd include you in as one of them. Is that they will respond and share stuff if you ask them to, and this missions thing is particularly brilliant.
Oh yeah, the missions.
I don't get missions are great. Like it's a great way you can spend your eves. It makes it worth having them.
Yeah, I made
you can do a mission for 500 eves each for. You can hit 200 people for 200,000. That's still only 30% of what 25% of what I'm earning every day. It's like I can easily part with that.
Definitely,
it doesn't bother me at all. And suddenly I've got and say even half the people do the mission. I've got 100 people going and sharing something for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's amazing.
Where else do you get that?
I know.
And you say that each of those people have got like say 500 people in their sort of key network that are watching them, because most of the people. So suddenly those 100 people have gone to 500 people. Think about it.
Yes.
That's 50,000 people, isn't it? No, 5,000. 5,000 people.
Yes.
That I have hit. Like just with and it takes about a minute to do it.
Yeah.
I've hit 5,000 people. Plus, I've kept my name in front of those 200 people,
right?
And I've given some value, and sort of promoted myself in my niche, and with like key people. So, I'm just interested in those sort of like that key core group of 200 or 300 people that we've got. Slowly increasing, and I think maybe by the end of the year we'll have 1,000 sort of people in that sort of key. By the end of 2012, we'll have 1,000 sort of like key people in that kind of network who'll respond to that kind of thing, and look at the power of it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And we're in 150 countries around the world. Look at the power of it, man.
Yes, it's amazing. I've only ran 3 missions. But everyone...
You get a good response?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, the first one was subscription to my new YouTube channel, and I got like a 75% response, which was awesome.
You can't buy that stuff.
No. I was...
You got to go and resubscribe now, don't you?
I'm sorry?
They've killed all the old subscriptions, right?
For what?
YouTube.
Oh, They killed
You
the
can,
friendship.
you can go and subscribe to 100 a day, I think now again. You got to you got to resubscribe.
Oh, I see.
You got to encourage people to resubscribe to you.
Oh, okay.
What they've done is they've taken the people who are your friends, who you agreed to be friends.
Right.
They've turned those into subscribers. But if you weren't friends with people, you've lost that relationship and that contact on the YouTube.
Oh, I did not know that. I think I asked for that. I did that mission after those changes happened.
Yeah.
And then the other mission that was cool.
That's a good mission.
Yeah, the other mission I asked people to wish my wife a happy birthday 2 days ago, which was great. It was just
I didn't even see that one. Sorry, I didn't. Got too many coming by me.
No, that's okay. And then the one I ran today was for my Facebook fan page, and that's already all sold out, which was great. But I made that pretty pricey, so that's why I got a lot of response, I guess. Yeah.
So, you'd say it's worth it, right?
Oh, definitely. I was against them at first because they were kind of spammy, but they're definitely worth it, and people like them.
People get better at them, though, aren't they?
I'm sorry?
You know? People are getting better at them, though, right?
Yes. Yes, much better. Yeah, I love them.
People are getting better at the missions, and I think people get increasingly less spammy and better. And I think they've got great future, the missions.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's some room for improvement on the management, but definitely worth it because this is all money that it's not really money. It's just our time translated into this economy, and then we can use it for a real promotion, which is great.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff, man, though, isn't it?
Very, very, very powerful. I'm loving missions.
If I run two of those a week, that'll keep, that keeps my social media thing.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to check out some of the missions.
I wrote a blog post yesterday that I thought was pretty good. I just wrote 10 random things to think about that you might not be thinking about when you buy and sell on Empire Avenue.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Mainly, well, I think I might send that out as a mission because people will probably learn quite a lot from that. I get that out there because it's good promotion for Empire Avenue, as well. Going out, the words of it going out all over the internet, get more and more people in, and imagine if we even got like 1% of the people that have left came back.
Wow, yeah, that would
Have you ever thought about that, right?
Yes, that would be cool.
Even 1% of the people that sort of joined, if they came back, whoa.
Yeah, the one tip I give people when they join is like, if you don't like it too much, at least just keep your account, buy as much as you can, and just buy it and let it sit there. If you don't want to do it, don't do it, but don't delete it because it will be important later on.
Do you think so?
Well, I think people that realize, for example, people.
We were just talking in a Google Hangout about that the other day.
Well, I'm looking at it from the perspective where I advise some of my clients to join certain networks because of their value, and some of them go on, okay, I'm going to check out Empire, and they jump in, and then they say, oh, this is not for me, or it's too much. But I think later, once they get more acquainted with Twitter and Facebook, and they learn how they can augment that, they can come back to Empire Avenue. And the reason why I tell them not to delete the account is that they can accumulate at least some eves to play a little better when they do come back. That's all.
That's true. I guess those people are accumulating eves all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, at least I tell them to at least buy.
But what about someone like Marie Smith or Dave Kirpin or Thomas Power? These kind of people that they join and they got like amazing social media activity.
Right.
And they never go near Empire Avenue again. But that kind of that most of those people tend to level out at 100, 110 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And they're getting a reasonable dividend, probably a dividend of about 80 or 90, and that sort of keeps their score at 100, 110.
Sure.
And they go up and down a little bit every day, but never too much. But what if someone that doesn't really know that someone goes and buys them, and because they're like they're a celebrity and they follow them on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, and they go and buy them and they never get any reply from them, they never get bought back, and they never see that person's score going up, they think, aren't they damaging their brand?
Well, I think so. I didn't look at it from that perspective, but yes, I guess you're right. And for example, I'm looking...
Like if someone bought me, right, they've followed me on Twitter for a year or something, and they see me talking about Empire Avenue, they say, oh, okay, I'll give this thing a go, Michael likes it. and or Reg Sebler, Zybats, or Calvin Lee. Been watching him talk about it. I'll give it a go, right?
Right.
So they buy Calvin and they buy me, and then they look at someone else, like Murray Smith, for example, or something. I'm just picking out her.
Sure.
But there's probably another 500 people like her that have joined, and they like these people, and they go and buy shares in her. And they go, well, maybe Murray Smith's not as cool as I thought. Like, she's never responded to me here. She never bought my shares back. And her price sucks.
Sure.
And it's never gone up, and it's never given me good dividend. And, wouldn't Murray be better off not to be there at all?
I guess in that case, yes. But...
And as far as accumulating EVEs, sure, she could start her account and get bought in a whole lot right at the start. She could change her name on the account and keep it sort of running as a dummy account and just be accumulating just as many EVEs.
Sure, that's a good trick, I guess. I didn't think about that.
I never thought about it till right now either, but I kind of think that she might be hurting her brand, and some of these companies as well, they're hurting their brand.
Yes, I think in that case, yes.
I'm pretty pissed with Sony because they never buy me back.
Sure.
And, what is it? The Intel and stuff. Oh, Intel are not too bad. They're good. They're a good example. But other brands, right?
Sure. Take for example.
They never buy me back. I'm saying, like, show some respect here, man. I owned all your EVEs for all this time, and for those companies' budgets, the huge amounts of money that they've got on marketing and their huge staff and teams.
Yeah.
Not even to allocate, say, even $100 a week to have someone play Empire Avenue. I think they'd be better off not being on it. They're hurting their brand.
Yes, I agree. In that case, yes. But most of the time, when I'm telling people to stay on, it's just they're just individuals with no brand yet or anything. So, but you're absolutely right, and I personally get very turned off when I see a brand or somebody is a public figure joins on this and then they don't respond and they don't interact. Take for example Pro Blogger. He's on.
Plus their score doesn't go up, and people will think, that maybe this person's not as cool as I thought.
Right. Yes. For example, Pro Blogger is on Empire, but I don't think he's ever done anything in it. Right? I don't know.
No, he's not.
Right, but he's got a relatively high score. I see him dipping down right now, but at the same time, at least
he'll come and go by the day because his social media activity will determine it, and they'll just fluctuate in a range of about 3 points.
I see.
Some days they'll go up, 0.5, and some days they'll go down 0.5.
Sure.
And they're not really good shares to own because you'll get a dividend out of them, but their price won't go up. So I don't own those people.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I bought it all into him, and I knew that he wasn't really going to respond. But I've made tons of money on the long term, I guess, if I sell them. But dividends aren't that great. But I can see somebody that's outside of social media and outside of this technology seeing maybe, like you said, this person's not as good as I thought, or they're ignoring me and stuff. I can see that happening for sure. So in that case,
and so
I can see why people.
I think people would be a bit worried about that, right?
Yeah, I think I have to agree on that. Yes, but
it's it's an interesting one, and it's probably worthy of a blog post as well. But if I was those people, I'd get off it.
I see. Interesting.
Or pay someone to at least buy back in people and say thank you, and even if they just did that, if they bought back, even if they had a complete buyback strategy and just said thank you, that would probably be enough to change their score from 100 to 200.
Oh yeah.
In a matter of 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, definitely. If Pro Blogger right now came and spent all his money, I guarantee he will shoot past 200. I'm pretty sure, very quickly.
Yeah.
And
plus he'd put his name out there as someone who, if he bought me back,
right?
He doesn't own anything back in me. I probably own 300 or 400 of him, just because my buying strategy of buying people who've gone up in the last 24 hours probably includes him.
Sure.
And that's why I owned you out of Dolphins and Yabba and EAB Chat. I didn't selectively go in and buy you for any reason. It would have just come up when I just ran through the computer, and you would have had a day where you had done well, and you would have got picked up by my buying strategy 2 or 3 times.
Sure.
That's why I own those Eves in you.
Sure, but I
So,
think I think
yeah.
some of those people would argue or would say back that, for example, pro blogger would say, "Well, if I spend time on Empire, I'm not blogging or helping my community." I think that's what they would say, which is, an interesting point of view too, because he might be using Empire Avenue just to look at his scores and not as a place to network, which, is maybe not the right way, but that might be his stance on that.
Right.
But I guess...
Yeah, I just think it's something that he went in and saw and just tried out and joined and put his profile in and doesn't really understand it.
Yes, I agree.
And doesn't understand the damage that he could be doing.
Yep, I see that. I didn't think about...
Maybe there's not too much damage, but in my eyes, those people are actually damaging themselves.
I didn't think about it that until you pointed it out, but that's normally how I feel when people join any other network, so I guess it also...
But this one's a bit different because this sort of demands interaction.
Yeah, but I think the principle applies...
It's not just a place to have it's not just a place to have it's just not another place to have a profile like See Me or LinkedIn or, anything like that, is it? It's not,
right.
This is actually a community that you've got to participate in, into, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree on that.
I don't know. It's yeah. You can tell with people whether what they're going to level out, and I can pretty quickly tell if people aren't going to play. They'll go up to 60 or 70 if they've got a reasonable Twitter account and reasonable Facebook.
Yeah.
They'll go up to 60 or 70. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And but. That's it,
Yeah.
And so they're worth buying and holding on for maybe, and they'll probably go there in a week. They'll get to 60 in a week, 60 or 70 in a week,
sure.
And that's the time to sell. That's the time to sell them.
Yeah.
Because they're going to stay at between 60 and 70 for the rest of their lives, and they're going to give you a dividend of about 0.6 or 7. But it's much better to go and spend that money that you've made on them. You can buy 3 other people at, say, 20 who have just come in, and you're very lucky to get them at lower than 20. But if you get them at 20 with those 60, that you've made on those people, you can then buy 3 other people that are going to go from 20 to 60 in a week, and suddenly you're like tripling or quadrupling your money.
Sure, and then just rinse and repeat.
And you're quadrupling it because you're getting a bit of a dividend off them at the same time. So you're basically like quadrupling your money all the time. And this is what the top sort of like money buying strategists kind of people are doing.
Yeah. Well,
it takes a bit of time and effort to do that, but
yeah, I'm definitely gonna check some of those tips that you gave me about Empire for sure and do that.
Are you into wine at all?
Am I what?
Are you into wine at all?
Oh yeah, I love wine. I just came back a few months ago from a Napa trip with my wife. We got married at a winery, so yeah, we love wine.
All right, excellent. So I'm just asking you as a question. Then I'm going to let you go. Just because we're just organising promotion for our thing. What we're doing here is would it be attractive for you, even if you don't decide to come to the thing, even if you just become one of our online participants? Would it be exciting for you if we sent you out, say, 6 tasting bottles in a nice little packaged box?
Oh, are you kidding me? Of course.
When you bought the ticket?
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome. Are you kidding me?
Is that something that would rock your boat?
Yeah, if I buy a ticket for an event.
That's what we're thinking about doing, because it's not actually that hard for us to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can. Yeah.
Because we can get an example of about like 6 different wineries will all chip in and make these packages for us and basically give them away for free, just because they're kind of like. And there's this tasting.com or something website or something that helps distribute these for us.
Right.
We can. You wouldn't believe how cheap it is to do this. It's $5 or $7 or something to get this out to you.
Sure. Oh yeah. No, I mean, I think that would be a great little bonus to get.
So when people buy their ticket, well, their on or offline ticket, they're going to get these 6 little bottles. They're 150s or something. The bottle, like I don't know, in America.
Yeah.
It's about.
Like a little.
It's about a quarter of the size of a normal wine bottle.
Yeah, it's like one or two small glasses of port.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
You'll get that, and you'll get 6 different examples from either one vineyard in the area, or maybe spread across 6 different vineyards in the area, who will all contribute to. Part of the 3-day thing is going to be like a wine tasting tour.
Sure.
On the middle day in the afternoon, to give people a bit of a break, we're going to stop at about 3 o'clock, and they can either go and play golf or play tennis or something, or go for a walk in the forest, or they can
Sure.
go, if they're interested in wine, they can go on a tasting tour.
Sure. There's a guy named Bill Smart. Have you heard of him by any chance?
No.
So yeah, he's not like a huge social media guy, but he's the social media manager for one of my favorite wineries up there, Dry Creek Vineyards. If you want to look at them, small boutique, very very good wine, and they play social media pretty well. I think they're just very small.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Dry Creek
Vineyards. Yeah.
I'm just writing it down.
Yeah, and his name is.
I think quite a few of them play social media quite well.
Yes.
And quite a few of them are going to come along, to our thing.
Oh, right on.
Because we got Rick Backus speaking, right? You know him?
I've heard of him. Yes.
He's a top wine social media guy in America, right?
Right. Well, really? Over Gary?
Oh, I guess Gary is. Yeah, he's different. Gary's kind of inspirational leadership
a little more
and
business,
guys, and more than just wine.
Sure.
I guess he's wine as well. I've never really actually seen him talking about wine.
Oh,
I've only
really?
seen him
That's what he.
about.
That's where he's.
I've only really seen him talking about social media and talking about leadership and, and business and stuff.
Right. Yeah, he started.
I'm not actually that fussed about wine myself. It's not my big thing.
Oh, okay.
But I know. Well, okay, maybe Rick's.
Sure.
Rick's up there anyway. He's in the top 10. He's doing it. Yeah, we got him as a speaker. He's a keynote speaker on one of the days.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
And I'm becoming quite friendly with him. So he's obviously he's a great guy. So just having him there, I think, is going to be attractive, because all those vineyard owners who are doing a bit of social media, they know him, so that they don't get much of a chance to. He's pretty expensive for us to get along.
Oh, okay.
He's not cheap, but
yeah,
I think he's worth it.
Yeah, cool.
He's got what, 4.5 million person mailing list.
Wow, that is huge.
Like, I thought I was doing okay. I got 18,000. You see, like, what we're going to do is he can mail them to come, to be part of the party, 500 people, but more importantly, he can mail them to join in online.
Right.
All right. And see him speaking 3 times over the period of the weekend, at the conference, and other people as well.
Right.
And they can get that plus the 6 little bottles of wine tasting. If they do it early bird, they can get that for $47, and they can get it for $97 if they do it later. So I think quite a few people are going to take that chance up. So
I think so too. And that incentive of the little wine is really, really cool. It's good stuff.
You think it's worth doing it?
Oh, absolutely. Especially because you're doing it in the air.
Not many people would go to that trouble, would they?
I'm sorry?
Not many people would go to that trouble, would they, to do that kind of thing, for this kind of thing, would they?
Right. No, I don't think a lot of people would. But
are most Californians quite into wine, are they?
I think so. Most of my friends are into it enough to go on wine tastings. I live pretty close to 4 major hotspots for wine, and we go maybe every quarter, do a little group tasting. Yeah. And it's also a trendy thing right now. I mean, I've been into wine for a while, but it seems to be kind of a trend right now of things to do. Wine tasting and all that. So I think that would be very exciting.
What's the name of the vineyard that guy, Dry Creek? What's his name?
Bill Smart. That's the guy that runs the Twitter account and the social media efforts. Bill Smart, Dry Creek Vineyard. I was there in the summer. They had a great social media promotion. They had Foursquare. If you checked in, you got a free bottle and stuff, things like that. So they're trying, and they're a small vineyard, but they have a great grounds. They have concerts. Sometimes they have food trucks come into the concert area, and so it's like a wine and concert area. It's really, really cool. I think.
Isn't it weird? Yeah.
So what?
It's amazing. I think, these things come about. I think it's a great mix, the social media and the wine.
Oh yeah, it's dropping our inhibitions to socialize, always a good thing.
All right, dude. Okay, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes, you too, and I look forward to talking to you in a few weeks. Or in a
All
couple
right,
of
dude.
weeks.
Okay, 9th of January.
Yes.
10 o'clock in the morning for me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
3 o'clock for me. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Gotcha. All
And
right, dude.
I'll publish
Cheers.
this audio probably later tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, brilliant.
And I'll let you
Great.
know where I post it. Okay.
Okay.
Have a
All
good
right.
one.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.